Before the rear-engine car could begin its dominance at Indy, a far-out innovation brought about another change at the Speedway.
Nobody knew we were building a car. Nobody. Nobody, okay? And when I saw that car a year or so back, I said, what the hell is that thing? That looks like something for the year 2000. I didn't even recognize my own design, my own car.
Andy Granatelli's turbine-powered car was a giant move in race engineering. The aircraft design and side-mounted motor were the talk of Gasoline Alley.
No, I don't think it's unfair at all. I think it's bloody clever. And full marks to Granatelli for doing it. I mean, it was a hell of a gamble, and it's paid off, and I think he deserves every credit. I'm only sorry that I didn't think of it first.
Well, we knew that before we came here, because I used to be on my own mind. It's about twice the horsepower of what we're running. It's just hard to compete when you have a car that's got that much advantage. But I really feel my own mind that it will break. I feel I have gearbox trouble.
With Parnelli Jones as the pilot, the turbine qualified a disappointing 6th. That's Jones's worst starting position ever at Indy. Mario Andretti is the pre-race favorite once again. He sits on the pole with a 168 average. Nearly a dozen Formula One veterans attempted to qualify for the 500. Dan Gurney is the quickest, starting in the middle of row 1. The turbine rockets past Andretti off the start. By the end of lap 1, Jones is long gone.
And so I just stuck it up there, and I didn't take any chances. I didn't scare myself doing it. I just drove it up there, and as I come out of the corner, I was in 2nd position behind Mario. And then as we come off for the turn 2, I went by Mario, and he gave me a little gesture, and we were on our way.
Mother Nature stops the action after 18 laps. Rain forced the race to be a 2-day event. When the race resumed, Jones started lapping the field.
This wasn't going to happen. They weren't going to be able to drive back by me. And I knew that if they couldn't drive back by me, they were done.
Lap 52, Jones sidesteps disaster. Leroy Yarborough spins. Parnelli hits the brakes and survives. The turbine's maiden voyage looked like it would dock in victory lane.
As said, I must report Parnelli Jones is almost at a halt on turn number 4. He went by me clear under the white line, almost into the grass, and he's barely coasting around.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it either. I'm watching, and he is now barely moving. As an example, he may have to push. The crew may have to come up to push him into the pits. He is nearing the pit stand down there. Maybe you can see him, Sid.
I'm beating the glasses on Andy Granatelli and the crew. There could be no greater disappointment.
Going down the back straightaway, all of a sudden it just, like he took it out of gear. And that was it. This was sickening. 3 laps to go.
With 4 laps to go, a $6 bearing in the gearbox knocks Jones out of the race.
The irony was that the $6 ball bearing that failed was a bearing that I predicted would fail to the engineer who built the gearbox. I mean, who designed the gearbox. I told him that bearing wasn't big enough and it wouldn't stand up, and I was again assured that our engineering technique that it would work.
We knew we couldn't beat the turbine. The only thing we were going to do is keep pressure on them all day long like we did. My car ran very well in 1967, and that was the only hope, hoping he'd break. I felt like if he didn't break, he'd won the race.
Now the lead falls into A.J. Foyt's lap. He's got the win in the bag. But there's trouble on the final turn. A 4-car crack-up creates havoc. Foyt sifts his way through the smoky mess and wins in dramatic fashion.
I come off before, I could not believe cars spinning every which way. I said, here, I've got to get that start-finish line. I'll never forget I made a couple zigzags and I lost them in the smoke, and that, you know, I knew I went between cars. I dropped it to second gear and I said, whoever I hit, I'm gonna hit them hard enough that I drive them past the finish line. I did have that in my mind. And I just could not believe when I come out of the cloud of smoke and there was nobody sitting there.
Foyt joins Louis Meyer, Wilbur Shaw, and Maury Rose as exclusive members of Indy's Three Timers Club. Heartbreak hit Andy Granatelli's team hard. Jones finished 6th in the turbine, but would never race again at Indy.
I know leaving Indianapolis a day or two after the race, whenever I got ready to leave, I can remember to this day how I felt. And it felt like when you're leaving your house, you know you've forgotten something, but you can't think of what it is. And that's the way I felt. I had this empty feeling, just like something is here that I haven't gotten.